the place to sit if you'd like to know more about the books that they've read. Kristen likes Lumberjanes and Steven just likes Monroe, Jimmy Olsen, and you're in luck because they're ahead.
Good afternoon and welcome to the OmniDog and OmniCat show. Hey, I'm Jess, and this is Kristen.
And Quailman.
And wait, who is that?
Do you remember Doug? Did you ever watch Doug?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't watch that. Kelly didn't watch that much Doug.
Okay. Well, it's Quailman. Doug.
Oh. Well, I already have a question for the chat because Rose Gray made a pot of Chuck Wagon chili. So I wanted it for everyone. So first of all, where's mine and where's Kristen's? And what's the difference between regular chili and Chuck Wagon chili? Is Chuck Wagon like chunks of meat and stuff?
I thought it was like part of something, like a specific part of an animal, maybe.
Chuck Wagon is? Oh, it's the chuck?
Am I wrong? I don't know. Rose Gray's going to tell us. I have no idea.
I don't know either. Chuck Wagon, I always thought was like cowboys were cooking it over a fire in Terlingua, New Mexico, or wherever. Terlingua, Texas, something.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Hayden's here. Hey, buddy. Taylor Talks Comics. Oh, here's Ileana from the UK. Sending good vibes to you both. Awesome. XOXO. Enough hugs and kisses for everyone.
Thank you.
Chuck Wagon is just fast, dirty cooking. So you're sending us bowls of dirty chili?
Just make sure to not wash that bowl for like a few weeks and then you make it. Is that what happened?
No chili should ever have noodles. Well, there is a place for chili over noodles. Over spaghetti noodles.
I gotta tell you,
sorry?
I grew up in a household where noodles do not belong in chili either.
No, yeah, I did too. I was introduced to it actually when I got out here. When we used to go to a place called the Hard Times Cafe, and they would give you 3 kinds of chili and different chili: Cincinnati chili, Texas chili, and then vegetarian chili. And you could have it plain, or you could have it on noodles. You could get Frito pie, which was awesome with the Fritos and the cheese on it on chili. Oh, don't shake your head at me. Have you even tried that?
I hate Fritos.
Okay, bye. Bye. Goodbye. What are you from this? Did you grow up in the Soviet Union or what? What Fritos?
I grew up and my dad loved Fritos. I think my mom likes it too. I never liked Fritos.
Just not a pretty. I'm finding things out about you I just never knew.
Yep.
Okay. And then you could get your regular chili, which was Texas chili, extra wet, which was like they'd pour the grease in it.
Ew.
Yeah, I think that appealed to me when I was drunk.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, though. And we'd take Kelly there when she was like 2, and we'd leave. All those poor people, we'd leave. I'd left a big tip too, because there was just Fritos and cheese and everything all over the floor. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. They're like, all right, it's all right. It's all right. We got a broom. Let's see. We have, Mary's Book Pod. Mary M's Book Pod. Hawkeye's here. Max Appleman, always represented by Max Disappointment, named after him. And it's Armed Forces Day today. So thank you for your service, Max Disappointment. Marcelo from Mexico. Oh, Mary M, controversial. Chili over rice.
Interesting.
Today, Rose Gray says, today's was onion, garlic, jalapenos, tomatoes, good ground beef plus seasoning. That sounds good.
Yeah, really good.
That sounds really good. Johnny knows what's up. Frito pie and a tall, cold root beer? Yes, please. He is an American living in Finland, so he knows American stuff. I wonder if the Finns themselves like root beer because it seems to be a regional thing. Darkwave Fairies checking in. Hey, Darkwave Fairy. Oh, you see the cat with the stained glass window avatar? He's sucking up to you. He and or she. From Singapore, Jose. Hello, Jason Grison. It's past midnight from Singapore, and I have my Batwoman omnibus in front of me waiting for you to dissect. I took the crappy cover off, and so did you.
Like, nobody got time for that. No, they want to hold it upright. But...
yeah. Of all the covers they could choose, that's going to be our first criticism.
Not truly.
You look through this book, and there's just, especially in Greg Rucka's run, where the J.H. Williams covers are breathtaking. I was going to say life-taking. That's not a good thing to say. They're breathtaking. They're so beautiful. And I get that she kicks ass, and they show that boot on the cover, and she certainly kicks ass in it. But all those J.H. Williams covers were so brilliant.
Such a bad decision.
Yeah. We have a lot of thoughts on covers, especially the upcoming Gwenpool cover. Artist formerly known as Jesse Say What? Great to finally catch a live stream, the show, and the shirt. Whose shirt? What do you got on today?
Probably your shirt, but I have our Super Adventure shirt. It's a cat on top of a lot of pizzas. One of my favorite cat comics.
Okay, here's what Rose Gray had. I had mine with sour cream, sharp shredded cheeses. Oh, and black olives, which is more mile-high, greasy spoon style. Rose Gray sounds like a chili aficionado.
Yeah, you had me some black olives, but the rest I can get behind.
Yeah, I've never had it with black olives. Isaac checking in. Thank you. Sucking up to Kristen. Cat avatars all over the place. Look at this one from Joel.
Everyone should change their avatar to cats.
Well, they change it to me like eating pizza at the drop of a hat. Everybody should change theirs to cats for this show. Okay. Taylor says, love the shirt, Jess. Adam West Batman is one of the best TV shows ever. Of course, I have stories about that. I'm so old that it was on in prime time back when I was little. Let's see, 66 and 67, I think it was on. And I believed it was real. Like I saw it again when I was 13, and I'm like, well, this thing's just a big spoof. What's going on here? I took it seriously as like from 6 to 8 years old, or 7 and 8, and I still have my crush on Batwoman. I didn't understand, but I accepted the different Catwomen. I was like, Eartha Kitt. I recognized Eartha Kitt. I didn't know who Julie Newmar was when I was 7, but I was like, how are they the same Catwoman? They're not. And I realized this isn't that interesting of a story, so I'll move on. How much do I need to super chat for you to put that figure in the microwave? That would be $80. The thing cost me fakakta $60, which was ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, it's Tyler Blunt calling.
Yes, dude. What is up?
We're on the air right now.
On the air? Oh my! Am I famous right now?
You are famous. It's Tyler Blunt on the OmniDog and OmniCat show.
Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. Oh gosh, is OmniCat there?
She is.
I'm right here.
Oh, no, can she hear me?
I can.
She can.
Oh geez. Oh geez. Oh my gosh. I'm so starstruck. I don't know what to do. Huge fan. I was just, oh gosh, I can't do this. I can't do this.
I love that guy. Happy Saturdays, Omni friends, from Chris Original Recipe. I can cook, I clean, do laundry, and have comics. And single. Rose Gray sounds like they're putting themselves out on the market.
Yeah, we got to get that. We got to get that going. Someone in the chat.
In the chat, Rose Gray is putting it out there. They are pretty much a perfect person. Cooking, cleaning, laundry, and comics.
It's a catch.
Yeah. Let's go. Call me Top Gun. And wait. Rose Gray, yet another OmniDog stream turning into a dating show. Last week, I had a 4-hour stream, and Max and Not Bar from Israel, who is a lesbian in a same sex. Well, of course, if she's a lesbian, she's gonna be a same sex partnership. We're both fighting over Kelly, my daughter, who is my real daughter, not my internet daughter like you are. They were both fighting over Kelly because she was in the chat for almost the whole 4 hours. God.
Wow, was it just you?
Sorry, yeah.
Just you? Oh man, I'm gonna have to watch that one. And by watch it, I mean put it on while I do other things because that's a long.
Oh well, yeah. I wouldn't sit in front of it the whole time. I gave away books for like 2 hours that Organic Price Books sent me free to give away. There's my code. There's my other code for Organic Price Books. He was a nice guy and sent me a ton of books. I gave them away, but not everybody has responded to my emails of, yes, it was epic. Where did I go with that? Oh, no, not everybody has responded for the books I gave away. I'm like, okay, I just need $4 postage, and they haven't responded. I'm like, okay, well, you have about 24 hours before I sell these on eBay then.
I can't understand that for anything. People don't like free stuff? Mostly free stuff?
Yeah, I just asked for postage for shipping, and it was like $5, $7
That's
right
nothing.
in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. My friends and half-finished son love root beer. I often stock on A&W in the fridge before. Oh, your Finnish friends love. Okay, good.
Cool.
Catwoman snore. Catwoman women sad. What does that mean?
I don't think that's a sad face.
Crying? Oh, he's always hot over them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I don't get my emojis. Yeah, Tyler already hung up, but he's got an issue with those time zones. Okay. Here's a question for the chat, and maybe you too, Kristen. There's a meme that I love. It's a black guy taking off his cap and going, "Boo this man! Boo!" Have you seen that GIF meme thing?
I think so. Yeah.
It cracks me up, and I just want to know what it's from. Like, is it from it's got to be from a TV show, I would think. I want to know who they're booing, and I think "boo this man" is the funniest phrase ever. I want to know what it's from. I want to watch it. Speaking of watching things, you did me a solid with Squid Game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to turn around and tell you about Night Sky on Amazon Prime.
Okay. Writing it down right now.
Okay.
Night Sky.
This is the first time in a long time I watched. I think it's 8 episodes. They're almost an hour long. I watched 4 of them last night, and I need to finish it today. It's J.K. Simmons and Sissy Spacek acting as an old couple. J.K. Simmons can he's such a cranky old guy. So I don't know if he's really acting, but no, they made him look really old, and Sissy Spacek's great. And they have a shed that they go down into, and they go through a portal, and it takes them to a pod on another planet in a different solar system, and they just sit there and look at the night sky of this other planet. So that's like the first plot. They're like this old couple. Then there's a second plot. There's like 2 major plot points. And I won't describe the second plot point because you need to watch it to dig it. No, I don't want to say that. That'll spoil it. There's a second plot point. Then there are a couple of subplot points, and they're slowly starting to intersect. I don't want to spoil it for you. The first episode is pretty slow, but you just kind of go to yourself, okay, it's J.K. Simmons and Sissy Spacek, just as an old couple. So it's really good acting. And then they have a granddaughter. I don't recognize her. She may be famous or not. She's a really good actress. And then they got a good actor and actress to play Sissy Spacek and J.K. Simmons as young people when they first met. And the girl almost looks like Sissy Spacek. Not quite the full upturned nose, but pretty pointy. And they got a really nosy neighbor who is just odd and lucky to be married. But it's like a science fiction mystery. It's a big mystery that's all starting to come together in the fourth episode. And I think if you can, I admit the first episode, you only get to see the space pod once, but there's sort of an overarching story that's more interesting even than that. And they are really, really good actors. And if you just make it through the first episode, the second, third, and fourth, and I'm halfway through the fifth, take off. And it's really interesting.
Okay.
It's really great. Now, do as many people die as the first episode in Squid Game? No, it's not as fun as Red Light, Green Light with people getting shot and picked off, which was one of the most shocking things I've ever seen. But I think you're enough of a fan of really good acting that I think you'd really dig it. And I think Reed would dig it too.
Yeah, and Reed loves JK. So
okay. Well, that's a no-brainer.
Because he'll love it.
Yeah.
And we never utilize Amazon Prime enough. Like we just forget it exists. I don't know about you, but
totally.
So that's a good thing. Okay, Night Sky, you said, right?
Yeah.
I got it written down. It's happening.
Okay, so now I'm way behind. Marcelo says J.K. Simmons is always great. Rose, good news. I have credentials to marry people. Okay, if we get a match in the chat today, well, you can marry. Can you marry yourself though, Rose Gray, to somebody? I opened Prime and it had a banner of Night Sky on the top. Yeah, they're pushing it pretty hard. Oh, I Googled it. It's from Half Baked, apparently. That's the Boo This Man. Thank you, Darkwave. Half Baked. Is that a movie or a TV show?
I think that's a movie.
I think that's a movie too. Oh, Rose Gray, I got Howard the Duck yesterday. Much thanks. Good. Glad you got it. Okay, these guys are flirting, so there you go. Oh, you have to pay shipping. Call me Top Gun 45. Where's my email address? Email me and we'll work something out. OmniDogsWell2@gmail.com.
Oh yeah, you were supposed to send me a picture of some books, I think.
Oh. I did send you a picture.
Did you?
I did. Check our chat.
I will.
Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do.
Well, at this point, I'm back in April, so.
Oh.
I think you can send me a picture.
Maybe I took it and forgot to send it to you.
That's probably what happened.
Well, I have good news. There's people in Australia and Scotland that said it was too expensive. So I have a couple books that are good books. I'll definitely take pictures of those.
Okay, cool.
So
confident.
Sorry?
You were so confident. I did send you a picture.
I'm always confident. Wait, what's this? What's the saying? Frequently wrong, but never in doubt. Chicano Heat movie. It's a movie. Chicano, that's a word I don't hear very much. I heard it in California a lot.
Look at that avatar.
Yeah, he's got his
That's cool.
Giants shirt on. What's in back? What's okay? I see
a lot of
Spider-Man.
severed superhero heads is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I see some Spider-Man heads.
Yeah, but it looks neat.
Yeah, so he must be from the Bay Area. He's a Giants fan.
That's not the part I cared about. But...
Oh, the Unstoppable Bar. This must be Bar because it's still got the same avatar. You changed your name from not Bar to Unstoppable Bar. I bought Strangers in Paradise hardcover Omni. I knew this chat is better than Tinder. I'm working for you, Bar. I'm working on my daughter too. Let's see. She's doing great. Well, no, actually, she's a little under the weather. Might be allergies. She keeps testing herself for COVID. I don't want her to have COVID, obviously, because I want her to come over tomorrow and play Horizon Zero Dawn with me and just hang out. Here's Farhan. Well, 1:30 a.m. here. Sunday. Peace and love from Malaysia.
Farhan always showing up.
Always showing up. What do you guys think of Renee Montoya? I love her.
My only interaction with her, I believe, was Gotham Central.
You saw her a little bit in Batwoman.
This doesn't count. She was barely in it.
Well, they broke up.
Yeah, I think she was like, "Oh yeah, we used to date." The end. Like,
well, she's the Question in the 2 Greg Rucka books, which are really good. Really, really good. Unstoppable's having a bit of an identity crisis. As long as you keep that Harley avatar, you're okay with me. Oh, Lucha Libre masks. Lucha Libre. Okay, that's enough.
cool.
Just so you know, my girlfriend was also sad your daughter turned me down. I don't think she turned you down. I think the issue was that you're in Israel and she's in America. It was kind of a distance thing. I don't think she outright turned you down.
Did this become a whole like dating show, like you pawning your daughter off on people, or did she ask for this? Because
the chat was interacting with her,
okay.
and Max and Bar were flirting with her, and she was so fine with it.
Okay, good.
I wasn't encouraging it or discouraging it.
Okay.
I'm trying to encourage her to be a lesbian because I hate men, but other than that, I mean that was my only. That's all I said.
There are other options for her throughout.
Yeah.
Sexuality, if she, but.
Yeah, no, they started it up. Sure, Max, sure. She said it's a problem. I'm taken. Well, I don't know. My daughter's a pretty good catch. I think your girlfriend's in trouble. Montoya is also in Rucka's Lois Lane. That's right. Kristen watched Batman the Animated Series. She's really good there too.
Okay. I still haven't ever done that.
Jess, you literally wanted her to date me so she'd be a lesbian. I am not denying that. I hate men, but I'm not a lesbian. From Elaine from Seinfeld. Nah, Max, you're just a typical Nederlander. All right. Rose Gray is completely vaxxed up. Good. I am too. Let's see. So I told you about Night Sky. I have a rant about Facebook, but we haven't. There's no way. I'll wait till somebody says something about Facebook and then I can rant.
Okay. I mean, you said something about Facebook, so if you
sorry,
really you just said something about Facebook. So if you really wanted to.
I know, but okay. Wait. Call me Top Gun. Okay, time for another difficult question. Yeah, I've had my 4th COVID vax too. Oh, you're always giving us these either ors. Have you read both of these, Kristen?
I've only read Something is Killing the Children, so I would pick that.
Okay.
I'm still for Velvet. I just haven't read it.
Yeah, Velvet is awesome. Something is Killing the Children. Top Gun 45, you're killing me here. I think it was the last show was the 4-hour stream where he made me choose between 2 books too. I'm going to go with Velvet. I love Something's Killing the Children, but Velvet's just so good. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying these are tough questions. No, she's my internet daughter, but not my real life daughter.
Every time, right? Every show, someone is like, "What? What's happening?"
Also, everybody notice how boss Kristen's haircut is?
Oh,
I think it's incredibly cool.
thanks. It's kind of the same, but I got this still.
Yeah. I feel like the other side might be a little shorter than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks awesome.
Thank you.
Velvet is great. I agree. Marcel's got a cat now.
Oh, thank you. Everyone is changing them to cats.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm really here to just make you answer hard questions. Okay. Well, we read Flintstones. I kept the paperbacks and didn't upgrade to that. Okay, you have the trades also.
Yep.
Yeah.
To Freddie. Freddie actually sent me the.
Whoops, wait. Okay. Whoa, there's a bunch that just came in here. Unstoppable Bar. Unstoppable Bar loves your haircut.
Thank you so much.
Aiku's leaving us to get back to Forbidden West. I don't think I blame him. That game's awesome.
Fair.
Have either of you read Ice Cream Man? Have you?
I have. I've only read up to, I want to say, volume 4 or 5.
I've read up. Same with me. I've read up to volume 5.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's very fun and weird and unique and very entertaining.
Super creepy.
Yeah, and creepy things and weird stuff. There's some weird stuff.
Yeah,
but it's fun.
I forget who's writing that. Do you remember?
I can't remember. I can look it up.
Okay. Yeah, it's really good. Really good, Hawkeye. Awesome. At this point, excuse me, there's I think 7 trades, 6 or 7. I think it's popular enough it's probably going to get a deluxe. So you might want to wait till they release like a giant deluxe.
It's supposed to come out next month, the deluxe.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's by W. Maxwell Prince.
Oh, that's why I forgot it. I don't. Well, he and or she writes a really good horror book.
Very fun.
Chicano asks, is the Omnius daughter a comics fan? My real daughter, unfortunately, is not. I tried really hard. She's like me. She loves football, loves video games, loves football, she loves sports, video games, Spider-Man movies. She's loves Star Wars. She's got a huge crush on Adam Driver. She and her best friend have crushes on Adam Driver. They love Star Wars. But the comic book thing never really took, and so I adopted Kristen over the air. Isaac says, by the way, Jess, I just finally finished Justice by Kruger Ross and Braithwaite for the first time today, partially thanks to your recommendation today, and I absolutely adored it. So thanks for that. That is the best compliment anybody on YouTube can get, because that's what we're here for, to show you books that we love and hope you love them too. We're going to answer that question for you, Unstoppable Bar. Justice is really amazing. Oh, we definitely need a Willow stickers mention.
Oh my God.
That link is in the part below in the description, where you can get them at Reed's shop.
Yes, and that is reedchancellor.storenvy.com. This is one of the stickers. There's a sticker 3-pack. He illustrated these images and made these stickers of our cats. So there's this Willow one, there's another Willow one, and there's one of our cat Buffy. And they're like $6 for a 3-pack. They're very good size stickers. They're very good quality. And all of the proceeds go to our vet bills, because we are constantly taking them to the vet.
I understand that. With Ice Cream Man, I've been waiting for the HC and so hyped it comes out next month. Also, that's great. Jess, what do you think about the unlikable Squirrel Girl? Kristen's a fan, and I think, are you a fan?
I'm so excited for the Omni. So excited. I love
And,
Squirrel Girl.
yeah, that's one of the places where we differ. I call her the unreadable Squirrel Girl. I'm just not.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
I think you didn't give her quite a chance. And I think, what's that face?
Because I read like 30 issues, but okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, then I think I know why you didn't like it.
Okay, why?
Well, because you didn't find it funny, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, so I think there's a humor difference between us.
Right. I think you're right.
You know, and I don't know if that's just who we're around. I don't know if that's just our humor. We just differ there.
Yeah, I agree. It just hit us differently.
Right.
Yeah. So
what's unreadable to you? Obviously, you know, we say it all the time.
No.
You know,
Yeah, no.
everyone watching knows that. They love stuff we hate. We love stuff they hate. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, but all opinions are respected here.
Yeah.
This is a safe zone for any kind of opinion about comics. Anything other than that, you're on your own. But comics, I will defend you.
See them saying, Kristen, I'm sorry, but it's awful. Well, I'm sorry you got my name wrong. But
it's with an A, Kristen.
In these opinions. I think if it were truly awful, it would have got canceled. And it never did.
No, it's getting an Omni.
Yeah. So
I mean, maybe I should give it another chance. I'll reread it with a fresh eye.
You don't have to. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. I get it.
Yeah.
But I do intend to reread it when the Omni comes out. So
yeah. So which book would you like to start with?
Well, what you're holding those? Let's do those.
No, well, I was going to hold them both up.
That's fine. I mean, this will probably take a little more time, I think. So.
Yeah, I think so. I believe this got nominated for an Eisner, deservedly so. Mark Russell, I'm just giving an overview. This is satire, bringing the Flintstones sort of updated, but still keeping it in the Flintstones era. It's a biting satire on religion, politics, and society at large that it never points its finger and jabs you in the chest with its observations, which I like. It's a satire that makes its points, but doesn't yell them at you. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't attack you with its opinions. It's very subtle. I mean, it's a comic book, and he makes his satiric points very subtly, very funnily. In my opinion, it's very funny. It's pointed satire, and I just think it's amazingly brilliant what Mark Russell has done updating these characters. You can go now.
Well, because I have hot takes.
Uh-oh.
So I'm pausing.
Hot takes. Wait, maybe I need to make a banner of that.
Hot takes.
Here's Cat. I'll change that to hot take.
What's that cat there for anyway?
That was for the Catwoman book I gave away last week.
Oh, okay. I was like, is that for everybody to change their avatars?
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Hot takes. All right. Let's focus on this volume because that's how it all begins, right? Volume 1. I'm interested in a modern-ish retelling, right? Because it's still in bedrock, it's still of that time, but at the same time, you know, people are talking on shelves as if they're cell phones, and like there's just a lot of you know, references to modern world, right? It is a different Flintstones. I liked the way that Bam Bam came around, which was just like a real life thing that I liked seeing that. You know, should I ruin that? Does it matter?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so why can't I think of his dad's name?
Barney?
Barney. So Barney was in the military, I believe, right? Yeah, the military, and just came upon a baby, and him and Betty hadn't been able to have a kid. They couldn't conceive, and then found the baby, and that's how Bam Bam came around. Which is just, it was kind of just that moment. I was like, that's really like refreshing because it's something that doesn't get touched on in comics. You know, among this satire, among this kind of silly facade of the whole thing, that's a real life moment, a thing
Like a
that
war orphan?
no, trying to conceive and not being able to.
Oh, okay.
That part of the story. It was a weirdly like serious thing among everything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it made me be like, oh, I've never seen something like that in comics. Like it's just something that like people don't talk about, and it's a serious thing that should be talked about more. So I don't know. I liked that.
Yeah.
What got me the entire book though was, you know, because there are things we see here that are more obviously realistic and emotional than the silly cartoon we know, right? For instance, some big thing throughout the whole thing is how the animals are treated.
Right.
Like, you know, the elephant is a vacuum and the bowling ball armadillo and everything. We see them like upset and like clearly being abused by these people. And I'm sure that was part of the commentary, right?
Mm-hmm.
How we treat animals and what we're doing. And if they were, you know, the cartoon things were really happening, it would be terrible. But it bummed me out the whole time. I was like, you know, every time I saw the animal and they were so upset, and I was like, oh God, like this is just awful. So the funny parts throughout this, I couldn't get behind because I was too busy being sad about every animal in it, you know?
Oh, okay.
That's my animal sensitivity because I do have that.
Yeah.
And we talked about other stories where I'm like, no, if you're going to brutally murder this cat, I don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
Because that's going to make me upset. So that really, I think, took me down throughout this. So I will say, if anyone hasn't read this, like that is a real thing that like you will see the depths of emotions in the animals being abused by these people. And it's upsetting.
This is exactly why I have Kristen on the show, to focus on things that I observe but maybe don't absorb the same way. And so that's a good point, because I focused mostly on the hypocritical nature of the organized religion in it and how it was ever changing.
Which that was great. I did enjoy that part, and it was constantly changing and constantly entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wait, are you done with your hot takes?
Yeah, that's really it. I just feel like everyone's like, this is the best book ever. That's so funny. It's great. And I'm like, but this part made me upset. Like, I just feel like I have to tell you.
Yeah, no, I can't add anything to it. I think it's, Mary M agrees with you. Couldn't take the commentary in the animals. It took me completely out of the book. Yeah, it's really, it's emotionally, it's very emotional. Which is more humorous and a not so silly stupidity dose? Gwenpool or Squirrel Girl? I haven't read any of the materials of the two for context's sake. I don't. Are they the same kind of humor?
I was gonna say, like, I think they're both really fun and weird and quirky characters. I think they have that in common.
Yeah.
I think the point throughout is typically the humor. I think Gwenpool is more over the top and in your face about that's basically why she exists.
Yeah.
So I think it really, the humors clearly vary because Jess and I both love Gwenpool. but we're not on the same page as Squirrel Girl. So, you know, if you're waffling between the two, I'd say read an issue of both and see how you feel.
Rough. OmniDog, I'm trying to choose between buying Dini's Batman Omni or Swamp Thing Absolute Volume 2. Okay, wait. I'm not a fan of the recoloring in Swamp Thing Absolutes. Peace and love to everybody that likes the recoloring. I think the coloring in the old Swamp Things that I have, I did not upgrade because it's very dark and moody and atmospheric, which adds to the book. And while the colors are really pretty and bright in the absolutes, I think it takes away from that murkiness of the swamp that I dug so much. So I'm going to go with Dini's Batman because it's awesome. So I would go. Now there are going to be, it's all Dini, and in that run there were some Batman stories by other authors, other writers. So I'm not sure, because I stayed with the trades because they were so hard to find, and I can read them straight through. So I'm sure that the omnibus was put together well enough that you won't be missing the other writers' stories. So I think it's Batman by Dini. You should try and seek out the original stuff on the DC Universe app for Swamp Thing, unless they recolored it. Ugh. Unstoppable Bar, Dini Batman. I have it and it's great. One more question about the Omnitor. Is she a chubby chaser? A Husky Comics fan would like to know. Are you a nice guy? Would you treat her nicely? I think if you look like a nice guy, you're smiling in front of with a San Francisco Giants t-shirt on. I like the Giants. I grew up in Northern California. So I would say, yeah, she probably would if you're just a nice guy. Harvey, have you guys seen any of the Johnny Depp court case?
I'm invested.
You're what?
I'm invested, yes.
Oh, you are invested. Okay. Kristen can talk about it more than I can. It's taking place here in Fairfax County, Virginia, where I live, because the comments that Amber Heard made were in the Washington Post, and where the Post is published is here in Fairfax County. This is my understanding. And so that's why and that's the only way I know this case exists is because it's here in Fairfax County. Now, since Kristen's invested, you have the floor.
That's so funny. I didn't even realize. I knew it was Virginia. I just didn't even think about where it was.
Yeah.
I didn't even think I knew where it was. So that's funny.
I thought it was interesting that's why it was here.
Well, my biggest comment, and I won't read it. You don't have to be on camera, but you can come here. I texted Rita. I said, "Can you come here for a second?" Someone asked if we're watching the Johnny Depp trial.
Oh.
And Jess is like, and I was like, I'm invested. And Jess is like, I'm not. So you have the floor. And I was like, I need Reed in here for this. Reed has one impression from the trial that you want to do it?
I don't think it's that good.
You don't want to do it? I love it.
Is it that good?
I like it.
Human fecal matter.
Did you hear that?
Say it again.
Get closer to the
Human fecal matter.
That's Johnny Depp?
This is Johnny Depp impression saying human fecal matter. Yes.
Yeah, there was something.
He says like a Bond villain.
Was his accusation against her that she left that in the bed or something?
Yeah, because
a grumpy.
Yeah, he also called it a grumpy, which was interesting. I've never heard that phrase. Have you?
Sorry?
Grumpy
what?
For a
grumpy?
Poop? Yeah.
What?
He
wait.
said she left a grumpy.
Left a grumpy?
I've never heard that.
I haven't either.
Yeah, well, apparently that's a thing people say. I don't know.
Is this all you needed me for?
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Cool. Leave a grumpy somewhere.
I Yeah. Tell me your thoughts.
I mean, it's a lot. It's clearly a trial made for people, you know, to perceive both of them in a certain way, right? But and there's problems on both sides, and I'm not entirely caught up, so I can't tell you my current in-depth thoughts. I am watching a lawyer I love on YouTube like commentate over it, and by watching, I mean I put it on the background while I work.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Now this is a defamation case where he's suing her for the things she said about him in the post.
Yeah, for that one specific article. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is is her defense that he really did those things she said?
Yes.
And so, he's suing her because he's saying that didn't happen.
Right.
She's making it up.
So he's suing her for that article, and she's suing him for, I guess, actually, I don't know the specifics to say. Someone in the chat will probably correct me, but she's suing him back.
Basically.
Oh, so
which part of it is this? The Johnny Depp part? This is the Johnny Depp part?
So there's two separate cases.
Oh.
He's suing her for that, and then she's suing him.
Okay.
So that's also why this trial is going to take forever, because there are two separate.
Oh, they're both taking place at the same time?
Yeah, they're going to go. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I believe so. Again, some of the chat may correct me. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what's happening, but
did you stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night though?
What?
Haven't you seen those commercials where the guys guys opining on something? Well, I'm not a doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Harvey says, I don't want to dwell on this because I don't know anything about it. Depp is one of the people. Oh, trial means a lot more than winning the case itself.
Right.
Perhaps.
Absolutely. That is so true. And I think that was a big part of it too, because, you know, she really put him through the ringer for a long time. And he's like, hi, here's all my evidence. And he's got a lot of it.
Since Jeff Lemire, okay, we're going to pivot. Since Jeff Lemire is coming out with quite many collected editions this year, both mainstream and indie titles, would you two do a follow-up discourse and ratings on his new books end of year? Hell yes, we will.
Absolutely. That is a great idea.
I already have, what's the latest that just came out in hardcover? Primordial. Primordial.
Yeah.
This is the United States, Bar.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
The way things go here.
Well, and you know, she really made it everybody's business with the article, right?
With the article, yeah.
Now he's like, hey, I want my business up here.
He's trying to clear his name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. Yeah.
This is quite the chaotic stream from the ongoing interest in Jez's daughter to the Depp Heard case. Hey, we cover everything.
That's right.
From Boo This Man to the Johnny Depp case. So there was the Flintstones. If you are a fan of satire, you'll like it. If you're sensitive to the way animals are treated, and just because it's a comic book doesn't mean you won't feel something. I can't reread Pride of Baghdad. That's a fictional story about zoo animals in the chaos after the Iraq War. I can't reread that. It's hard. I love We Three. I can reread that, but that's still kind of a tough read, but I feel like it has a more hopeful ending than Pride of Baghdad did. So even though these are, I think this is the point. With really good writing, you get emotionally invested in the characters, and even if it's fiction and they're fictional characters with fictional animals, if it's really good writing, you're going to be affected by how animals are treated. Same with humans. probably even more with animals because they're always so innocent.
Well, and I think it doesn't help that the art is very well done in this, which makes the animals more realistic.
Good
And if
point.
I may, I do want to share probably one of the most, what I felt was the most horrific, one of the most horrific moments with the animals, which was, it's in like one of the first, maybe the second issue.
Is this where, where the elephant's in the closet?
No, that's terrible too.
Yeah.
See, there's so many to choose from.
Yeah.
No, Fred is going to return the garbage disposal, which is this lizard, this big lizard.
Oh yeah.
And he takes it to be returned, and the guy's like, "It's pretty old. We'll have to recycle it." And he's like, "Yeah, okay. And could I also get a bag of appliance food?" And the appliances are animals. And he's like, "Sure thing." So like the dude grabs the lizard in one hand, I don't know that I should show it even, and the big club in the other, and goes to the back and comes back out with this like really bloody like bag of assorted meat, and he's got like blood all over his apron. Clearly just killed the lizard and handed it back to him.
Yeah.
Nice food. And I was like, what am I reading? I was just like, I can't.
Yeah. Peaches, even though we've hired a new god, I want you to know you'll always have a position at my church. That's to the little elephant in the Reformed First Church of Animism. Oh, brother. Okay. How about we talk about why I hate Facebook?
Okay. Because someone mentioned it.
Someone mentioned it earlier. It
okay.
Could have been me. This is just the story of my life. No, Teet, you didn't miss all the controversy. There's always controversy on the OmniCat and OmniDog show.
That's right.
We are.
We have hot takes. That's what we're known for. Banner now. Yeah.
Here's my hot take on Facebook. First of all, I blame myself because I rarely go on Facebook. I don't do the personal part of Facebook where it's like my wife will put up pictures of us at a ball game or whatever, and she has 80 friends. I don't really do that. I stay to like the comics part and the toys part. So I don't know the nuances of Facebook like my wife does. Or my daughter. I remember one time my daughter was home from college, and this girl that I knew a little bit in high school, she was a year younger than I was, sent me a friend request. And I said, "Hey, Kelly, check this out. This girl, she was sort of a big deal in high school, really popular, really pretty, blah, blah, blah." And Kelly came over and looked, and she said, "Dad, she's got 2,000 friends." And I'm like, "Yeah?" Kelly goes, "She's not a friend. She's a friend collector. She's out there to collect friends." I'm like, "Oh, that doesn't sound good." She's like, "No, don't be your friend." So I got this message on Thursday, where was this guy who was also he was a year older than I was on the football team. He was kind of a big deal at my high school. I was a nerd golfer. I just kept to myself. I had some friends. I wasn't popular like he was. And I since I don't know the nuances of Facebook, I didn't pick up on how he worded his friend, the opening thing he said to me. Because he visited my college to visit these two sisters that I was friends with from my high school. We all went to the same college. And he ran into me there, and he said, and it was short enough time that he did remember me. And he said, "Hey, let's party." And I go, "Okay, come up to my room." And we had beers and stuff. This was like 1980-ish. And so when he sent me the thing, he said, "Jess, I'm from CHS, Carmel High School 76, and live in Virginia. It said something along the lines of, are you from CHS also, something like that. But the way he worded it, I was like, hey, this guy remembers me. He's reaching out to me. Well, after a couple of back and forths, he said, did I know you at all? And I'm like, what the fuck? What? Why? He doesn't even know me. Why did he reach out to me? And I'm like, and now I'm crushed because I'm emotionally fragile as it is. And so when somebody from my past reaches out and then says, and it's not his fault. He was reaching out as somebody in Virginia that went to my high school and was just, and so I said to Patty, why did this guy reach out to me if he doesn't even know me? And she said, oh, Facebook's got this thing where it says people you may know. And since you're in Virginia and you lived grew up in Carmel and went to high school, you probably popped up on his screen and he was curious. And I'm like, oh, and I haven't heard from him since. I assume I looked at his page. It looks like he's married and happy and living in Virginia, but I was really emotionally crushed. And I understand that that's on me. But I don't like that. I don't like that feeling of, I guess now I know. And if somebody else reaches out to me, I'll just go yes or no. And, I was too naive. I'm Facebook naive is what I am.
I don't know that that's like a Facebook issue rather than who would randomly see someone they may know and message them, because I think that's weird. I think that's on that guy. Also, I've never gotten a message like that. So like, I don't know that that's a common Facebook occurrence.
Do you want me to have him message you?
No, thank you. I don't want to talk to randos. That's just weird to me.
Okay.
Like,
Well, that's what I thought afterwards. I thought, why would he reach out to me if he didn't even know me?
it's really weird.
I
mean, I agree. Facebook isn't great. It sucks. But that's weird on him. Like, that's his issue. And also, why would he not remember you?
Well, my problem is I remember everything that's ever happened to me. So I remember everything in college and I remember seeing him and I thought he was remembering me and reaching out to me.
Maybe after he partied with you, he went and got like blackout drunk that night and doesn't remember.
He said, how do you remember that? And I said, well, I've got a fantastic memory, which is a blessing and a curse, LOL. Because I remember everything that's ever happened to me. Except
when it comes to books, right?
With comic books, that's different. Yeah, completely. Yeah, no, that's that part of my brain that's hollow. Gotcha. But then my wife said, yeah, now imagine that you're a 14-year-old girl experiencing that kind of stuff on Facebook. And you can see why social media can be so dangerous, especially for like innocent, naive 14-year-old girls. And I'm like, wow. Okay. Sure. Yeah. So there was a chunk of OmniDog's life. There it is.
I'm sorry that happened to you. You didn't need him in your life anyway. Forget that.
Sorry?
You didn't need him in your life anyway. Forget that guy.
Yeah. And here's Max's comment. Right. Who can't remember which books he's read, bought, or sold. That's fair. I can't. I don't hold it against him. Kristen has a different opinion. I now just think it's an odd thing that happened. I did call my best friend from high school, who we talk twice a week, and I told him about it, and he is active on Facebook, and so he understood the whole dynamic, and we laughed about it. So I'm okay now. But I felt bad.
To say that I have a different opinion. I also think this is very strange that happened to you.
Okay. Yeah. No. I
agree.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think also like it's strange for that person. Like if there are random people, which I'm sure there are, messaging random people, I think that's weird.
Yeah.
Never.
Rahul is here. Hey, Rahul. Wait. Next Imaginaut. has a thought. Wait, no. Unstoppable Bar. Have you seen the upcoming Harley event in August? I don't think I have. Tell me about it. Unstoppable. Next, Imaginaut is talking to Chicano Heat. Get the Dini Omni, sell your Swamp Thing Absolute One, and custom bind the Swamp Thing trade paperbacks into your own Omni for the vastly superior original coloring. In all likelihood, any future official More Swamp Thing Omni will have the garish new digital recolors. Right. We agree completely. I have Decorum by Hickman, but I haven't read it yet. Is it right here? No, I think I moved it out to the you think you're going to read it pile. People are crazy. Oh, Jimmy Owens, how you doing, buddy? Hope things are good, Jess. Can't stay. Don't have good internet. In hospital with little brother, he had to have emergency hand surgery for an infection. Sending love and we'll watch replay. Peace and love, Jimmy. I hope your little brother's okay. Jimmy's been through the ringer for the past couple of years. The ringer. I wish you the best, Jimmy. I'm so sorry. I hope everything's okay. Jimmy is a really good guy, and my heart goes out to you, buddy. I hope everything's okay.
Hopefully it's a speedy recovery.
Yeah. Harley is going weekly in August 5th. 5 weeks of Harley issues. Woo! See, I like Harley. She's right up there. This is me. I've chosen not to remain in contact with anyone I went to school with, and I've never been to a reunion. Yeah, same with me.
Same with me. I mean, I have college friends still that I keep in contact with. I think that's a little different, though. But yeah, high school and beyond, no thanks.
Yeah, no, I don't want to spend my reunion apologizing to all the people I insulted back then because I was an insecure dork. Let's see. Let's talk Batwoman. Okay. Wait, how long ago was that? 2:05. Oh, it was only 3 minutes ago. Okay. I have good reads and I know what I've read and I blah blah blah. I've got all that. Yeah. After the events of Shadow War, Harley is being sent to space by Luke Fox along with Task Force X. This is the first ever Harley event. I'm excited. I'm excited too. Good. I like having you in this chat, Bar. Wait, weekly Dr. Harleen Quinzel, to quote Heartstopper, I'm having a full-on gay crisis.
Love that.
Oh, I wish I could say that. That's awesome. I'm having a full-on gay crisis.
Oh, it's the best.
Top Gun doesn't visit home. Same here. Homeschool was rough, man. Did you really get homeschooled, or are you just being funny? Because that's actually kind of funny, unless it's true. So if it's true, then I'm making fun of you, which I didn't mean to. I thought you were being funny. Oh, I'm all messed up from my Facebook chat. Unstoppable Bar is also having a full-on gay crisis. Speaking of gay crisis, Batwoman.
Yeah.
What a segue, huh?
Yeah, nicely done.
Thank you. Well, the Greg Rucka and J.H. Williams run are very famous, and rightly so. Greg Rucka's in particular, I think it's got the fabulous art by J.H. Williams with the craziest and most interesting paneling I think I've ever seen. The paneling in Batwoman, especially when J.H. Williams is doing it, is amazing. And here you get all the covers too, which were amazing. But I mean, just talking about the art, look at all this. This is
spreads like this.
Yeah, this is eye candy. That's super gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this, and it's Greg Rucka's story in particular is fantastic, very compelling, extremely interesting, dealing with the don't tell, don't ask era being at West Point, and Kate Kane, what she had to go through, her dad, Colonel Kane, Alice, her main antagonist in the Greg Rucka run, which was shockingly, amazingly gorgeous, deadly, and riveting. I am a fan. I'll admit I'm a fanboy for Greg Rucka, but it's for a reason, because he is like, oh my God, look at this. He is like Mark Waid to me. They know comics. They can also write fiction, and I think both have. I know Greg Rucka has prose novels. But these guys know how to write a really compelling, interesting, original story. And then you put them together with J.H. Williams' imaginative, beautiful art. And it's got the origin of Batwoman. It's got her relationship. She's gay. She had Renee Montoya as a lover. She meets somebody else, and it deals with those issues very matter of frankly for that era, and how difficult it must have been or is just to be gay in America. And I can only say in America. Actually, I can't even speak to being gay, but I'm just saying how difficult it has to be in the don't ask, don't tell era, to be found out, and she couldn't lie about it. So she had to leave her life's dream of being at West Point. She's fueled by something different than what Batman's fueled by, but she is in the end wanting the same thing Batman wants, and that is to do what's right. And that's just, oh my God, just this paneling is so fantastic and interesting. And DC did a really good job with the color repros and all this. The story was interesting. There are shape shifting. Yeah. Some of these stories take place in the past. Like it'll say Batwoman 4 years ago, Batwoman 7 years ago. And so you'll read these things as they happen to her in the past and then get up to date. And it's just remarkable. And it finishes with the end of Rucka's run is Cutter 3, Part 3, and then J.H. Williams takes over. He did not do the art, but they kept the really cool paneling. So why don't we find out what you thought about the Greg Rucka run, and then we can discuss the J.H. Williams run.
Okay. Well, this was my first experience ever with Batwoman. And I think this is the perfect Omni for an introduction, I think. I don't think I needed to know anything. I was never lost with any part of it. I never felt like, I feel like something happened that I need to know about. Because even when that would happen, they would do a good job of explaining it, which is a sign of a good storyteller, right? I think Rucka did that perfectly. I've loved everything I've read by him, too. And his part especially, too, was so, for lack of a better word, readable. It was breezy to read. I feel like I blinked and I was done with his entire run, which is the best sign of a really fun, great comic. And I think, especially with like Big Two stuff, which is not my preference necessarily. I enjoy Big Two stuff, of course, look behind me, right? And I have this. But indie stuff is my thing more than anything. And what I loved about this is it wasn't nonstop action. There was a ton of action, but there were moments to breathe throughout it. And I think those moments were like very well placed, like her relationship with Maggie and everything throughout that. And eventually that does intersect with her superhero life. But for the better part of the whole story, it doesn't. And that's a separate part of her life, right? Where she's not wearing the mask and she's not in the outfit.
And we get to see that part a
Right.
lot.
You get to
Yeah.
see that. And so many runs, I feel like, don't give you that time with the characters. And that is what makes me especially like love a character. Like, I want to know your life outside of what you're doing on the streets to help everyone, right? Like what you're
Yeah.
doing in your superhero life. So I think that balance was like perfectly done throughout this. And especially in Rucka's run, like I said, it just, I feel like I blinked and I was done with it. And then I was like, oh no, I want more of his specific run, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And so then we go on to the J.H. Williams run, which is actually the rest of this book, which is a big chunk of it. And of course, the controversy was that Williams didn't get to finish it. And at the time, I thought it was because it was a gay marriage that was proposed, but it sounds like at the time DC didn't want any marriages to occur, and they had a falling out about it. Williams and DC, because he was going to continue and have Kate and Maggie get married. So Mark Draco writes the final issue and ties everything up, finishes it off with like one issue, which was fine. I mean, you're not left hanging, but it wasn't J.H. Williams getting to finish it. But what he wrote, with the DEO putting Batwoman, like what is it, the Department of Extra Normal Operations or something
like that, yeah.
With well, and then we had hydrology with the mystical woman out of the sea stealing children. That was a really good story. The DEO has some it almost took me out of the comic a little bit. Gray skull guy, I can't remember his name, with a cigar.
I was like, we're not gonna comment on the fact that he's just like a skeleton dude. Like, we're just gonna pretend like this makes sense. All right. I mean, it's superheroes, okay, but it was still like, huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't. It's sort of pulled me out. But they do a good job. J.H. Williams did a great job with this guy with the hook. I forget what his name is. There's all kinds of cults and evil activity and children getting stolen, and that hook hand guy ripping into like and really hurting Kate Kane. And then we move on to, I mean, all kinds of Wonder Woman shows up, and there's all kinds of mystical organizations that you see. I mean, it's basically the whole book, because it's Williams wrote a ton of stories, and you get a new superhero that's getting trained by Colonel Kane. That's Kate's cousin, and I forget what her name is. What is it? Sky Cutter or something? Anyway, she's written really well, but I can't remember offhand what her name was.
I can't either.
Her name's Betty, but she has a superhero name. But that's I don't know. It's not. And then you have a couple of Croc issues, which is really great. And then the DEO wants to know who Batman is. That's like the big last third of the story, where they're blackmailing Batwoman to get to Batman. And at the same time, she's trying to deal with her relationship with Maggie. Which is, I think J.H. Williams does a really good job of writing a realistic romance between an officer and whatever Kate Kane pretends to be in real life. I don't even remember, that we ever see her as anything other than being in her apartment making out with Maggie and then being Batwoman. So I found it to be it's a little more dense than the Rucka run. So it took me longer. Well, it's a lot more issues and it's a lot wordier than Rucka's.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd say I really still enjoyed his run, J.H. Williams. I still think it was fun. It was, there's a lot of interesting stuff throughout it. I had a really good time with it. Omni as a whole really would recommend to everyone. Like, I think it was really great. However, there were some pages like this.
Oh, yeah.
Where you have to read everything on this page. And I was like, I'll never get through this. And it wasn't the only one. Like, there were some crazy dense issues where that dude was straight up writing a novel. Like, they weren't even in bubbles anymore. Like, there were just like words to the side of an image, which I think I can find pretty easy. Here we go. So just novels on the sides of images at this point. I'm like, this isn't a comic now. I feel like, we joke all the time. It's like, obviously we're reading a book we want to read, but I don't want to read a prose book while I'm reading my comic. I'm just saying, I'm not reading Watchmen right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't sign up for this. So there were moments where I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It took me out of it a little bit, especially going from like breezy Rucka, which, like I said, I think the word is appropriate, very readable, just like you're not even thinking about it, you're getting lost in it, and suddenly you're done, versus though I still had fun with J.H. Williams' run, I was like, man, I'm struggling through some of this because it just bogged you down. He should have edited some. That's all I'm saying. He could have used a little more editing.
Totally fair. Totally fair. And then things, Andreyko wraps things up with the final issue. And I feel like Andreyko actually took off kept writing Batwoman, and then, but I can't remember because I actually stopped collecting it in floppies once the J.H. Williams run ended, and I actually never read the Andreyko issue that tied everything up. This was the first time I ever read it. I don't even have it in my Batwoman omnibus that I custom bound with Rucka and Williams floppies. So my Batwoman omnibus doesn't have everything. I spent that money to custom bind it, and it's not finished. And I don't know what to do with it now. But your criticism's totally fair, and I loved this book. I feel like this is a definite keeper for me too. In another couple years, I will love to reread it. I've actually read the Rucka run 5 or 6 times, and that's the first time I totally finished the J.H. Williams run. So I highly recommend this book, with the caveat of what Kristen had to say.
Absolutely.
Rose Gray says, is the Harley Birds of Prey Omni that's currently solicited, is that a worthwhile buy? Have you read that?
No.
Two-thirds of that, I think, are by Paul Dini, and it's awesome. That part is awesome. Then it goes to pretty good. So as long as you know going in, I think it's a worthwhile buy. I bought it, but even being the Harley fanboy that I am, you do notice a difference in the writing. The part that Dini writes is amazing and awesome. And then it goes to pretty good, and it's still the Birds of Prey and Harley and all those people. Oh, wait a minute. Birds of Prey? I thought you said Sirens.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. Gotham City Sirens. Yeah. Okay. Gotham City Sirens. Blah, 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 blah. This is all about Gotham City Sirens. Right. Not Birds of Prey. So yeah, just so I think it's a worthwhile buy, but just know that you're going from excellent to pretty good in it. $5 from Joel the Cat Guy. Hey, Jess, did you see the animated movie Catwoman Hunted? It features Batwoman. It's on HBO Max if you have it. Ooh, I do. And I will watch that after I finish Night Sky. Thank you. Where's my phone? Catwoman Hunted.
I feel like, is this the one? I'm gonna look it up before I ask.
Okay.
That's my own question. But I want to watch that too.
Okay. Catwoman Hunted. HBO Max. All right. Thank you, Joel. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. And thank you for letting us know about Catwoman Hunted. Kristen will get her 40% split in half, so 20% in a year from now. Because they take 40% and leave us 60%. Okay.
To Jess's credit, he did finally give me that percentage. He's the best.
Rose Gray did not care for Catwoman Hunted, so we have a difference of opinion. It's okay. Actually, Joel didn't even say anything. He just said it has Batwoman in it. So I will watch that and I will form my own opinion.
Well, and I have a question for you in the chat. Now that I've read this and I've really enjoyed it, I want to read more Batwoman. What should I read?
You should read Detective Comics Rebirth Omnibus.
Okay.
That is better than the Batwoman Rebirth book. It features Batwoman leading. Actually, I need to reread that because that was a really good series. Batwoman's in charge of like the Bat family, and it's like Orphan and a different backer. I forget all the different characters, but she's in charge of the Bat family. And it's called Detective and features Batman, but it's really a Batwoman book. And it's awesome. Awesomely awesome.
Fantastic. I wrote it down. I want to do it.
Okay. Sleepy calls it. Yeah, it's Rise and Fall of the Batman Omni.
Okay.
Right. Thank you, Sleepy. I don't have the Omni. I still have the Deluxe. Deluxe is from the Rebirth. So yeah, that's a great. Batwoman Rebirth was pretty good, but she's awesome in the detective run.
I'm gonna read it.
Awesome. Jess, do you like Alan Moore's books? Yeah. Have you come across his Lost Girls Compendium? Any thoughts, opinion? I've been warned about Lost Girls from 100 different people.
Yeah, big no thank you for me.
I haven't read it just because I've been warned that it's super rapey. And I'm starting to look back at some of the books that I've really liked from Alan Moore. And I don't know if this is a hot take or just maybe I'm thinking, I don't feel like Swamp Thing fell under this category. And I'm trying to, and Killing Joke's not in my collection anymore because I hated it so much after rereading it. I feel like Alan Moore's almost a little bit too much like Mark Millar, where rape's kind of a theme in some of these books. And I don't know that I picked up on it the first time I read some of them, but when I reread Killing Joke after 20 years, I was like, how did I ever like this? This was groundbreaking at the time. This thing's awful. He just flat out sexually assaults Barbara Gordon in this book, forces her father to watch as she's naked getting brutalized by the Joker. And so I just got rid of that book. So I can't advise you on Lost Girls other than to say everyone's warned me against it. And that I don't think it's in Swamp Thing, and I can't come up with other examples because I'm having trouble. Besides like Miracle Man and Swamp Thing, those seemed to not have the issues that I'm talking about.
There's a whole list though. I mean,
Okay.
there's been plenty of people talk about it. I think at this point it's just a take.
It's not a hot
It's
take.
not a take, it's a fact, you know, like
Okay.
these are just themes in his books, and from what I gather, they're not even like, well, one, it's already just a problem, right? Like you have this many books and that's a problem.
Yeah.
But to utilize such a sensitive subject matter, usually you want to push forward a plot or something, right? But it seems to just be a thing in there. Like it's icky. It's a problem.
It's a problem, like in Hit Girl 2, where that's why I didn't like I loved Hit Girl, but I did not like Hit Girl 2 because of that. And to your point, if it's a plot point, yeah, and if it pushes it forward, okay, but if it's used as like in Hit Girl for motivation for the guy to do something, or it's just there, like you're saying, where it's a thing. It's not even a I love that. It's not a hot take. It's just a take. It's just a fact that it's in there.
Yeah.
I feel like Mark Miller's got the same issue where I promise you, this is not woke culture or anything. This is about treatment of women. And I don't care what you think. Women are not to be treated as sexually assaultable playthings. That's a take. That, as Kristen says, that's just a fact. You can't, the way Mark Miller in, not Planetary, but not Stormwatch, now Authority. The way it's very clear the difference between Warren Ellis and then Mark Miller finishing it up. This is a whole separate thing, but the way Mark Miller treats those women is despicable in the second half of Authority. And I love that book, but that could have been handled a lot differently. If you wanted to, what he does is he takes their memories away. I mean, the antagonist in the books has the powerful women's memories taken away and turns them into these sexual playthings that are being used by the antagonist as a way to humble them is not the right word, demoralize them. And eventually they get their memories back and things tilt towards upwards. But it is really despicable the way Mark Miller treats the women in those parts of that book. And that really bums me out, because Authority is such a great, interesting book. It's one of my favorite books, but that part's hard to read.
Yeah, I think
dehumanize. That's a good word. Exactly.
Tyler's comment is really good too about more.
Who? Tyler? Alan Moore's use of sexual violence is the biggest detractor in most of his stories, often so grossly inconsequential to the story. It's pushed him further down my list of favorite comic writers. Well said.
Yeah.
And he's got a bunny that looks like it's by Mignola. Looks like Usagi. Sorry, It's not a cat.
I like it though. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's to the point where like I plan to read his Swamp Thing because I've heard there's nothing like that in it, and
right.
It's supposed to be great, and I'm interested. But I have no interest in even picking up another Alan Moore book beyond that. I just don't. I'm just like, I know what I'm gonna get for the most part, and no thanks. I don't need that in my life, you know.
It's not as bad. Well, I don't know that anything's as bad as User.
It was awful.
Somebody said, oh yeah, Marcelo. I saw, wait, who's the writer of that? That was, I saw him at Awesome Con. Detective Comics, here you are. Get out of the way, King Shark. I can't see. Oh, Tiny Onion. Tinin. I saw him at Awesome Con. That's who that was. And he said that exact same thing. I said, Detective's really great. And he said, yeah, they're letting me treat it like the X-Men, and I'm having a blast with it. And so kudos to DC for actually letting Tiny Onion do what he could, because that's what's so fun. Yeah, it's the Bat family as the X-Men. It's really cool.
I love that pitch too, because it's like that appeals to me as someone who likes the X-Men more than any of the Bat family. So I'm like, oh, hold on, you're writing this as if it's like it's a whole dynamic I already like. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, I think you'd really dig it.
I'm definitely gonna read it.
Yeah, Rise and Fall of the Batmen. Kenny, I love my DC Comics women. Wonder Woman, Supergirl, yep, White Canary, Sarah Lance, Wonder Girl, Donna Troy, Black Canary, Diana Drake, and Harley Quinn plus Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. Well, I'm sure you left out Harley Quinn, and you left out, wait, did you say, yeah, you said Supergirl.
Well, he listed Harley Quinn. What do you mean?
What, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, Harley Quinn plus Batgirl. Sorry, Kenny. Yeah, you're right. I love all those girls too. I said Harley Quinn, and I'm like, yeah, you left out Harley Quinn. Let's see. It's funny and sad. Swamp Thing is amazing romance. Everything else seems unnecessary. It is really cool. I think one DC character that has been great in different media for representation is White Canary, Sarah Lance. She's a gay character who can kick some serious butt. Any female, I love a strong female protagonist. I love women kicking ass, and Batwoman totally kicks ass. She's so dangerous. I mean, she's a weapon.
Absolutely.
She is.
Can you highlight Jose's comment?
Jose, how about Ed Pisker's Red Room grotesque violent? Isn't that pushing the hot take button too? I was forbidden from reading this by Gabe. Gabe was still on Omni Bros at the time, and he said, Jess, you're not allowed to read this. And I said, okay. And those guys know me well, and I haven't read it, and I don't plan on reading it.
I also don't plan on reading it. I've heard too much, and no thank you. We could go on and on about it, and I haven't even read it, and we could go on about it. But
yeah. No, I appreciate the fact that Gabe was looking out for me and warned me away from it. I do the same for Taylor. I think White Canary is bisexual, not gay. Okay. Roberto with a take. Rebirth era Tinian Detective Comics over Batman by Tom King. I'm not sure I disagree with that. I love Tom King's Batman, but Detective Comics was a standout, just like Superman was. Max loves Dr. Aphra. Dr. Aphra is awesome. If we're talking about, she's treacherous. Dr. Aphra is. What a great character. Very treacherous.
Yeah, she's awesome. Just a heads up, we have storms coming through, so if
you do too?
Yeah, if something weird happens with my internet or anything, like that's what's happening. So.
Okay, do you need to batten down the hatches? Do I need to let you go?
I don't think so. I just hear it happening now. So
yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's coming through.
I was trying to take a nap, I think last Saturday, and we had a rockin' storm come in with hail like that size I'd never seen before.
We had a little bit of hail too, yeah.
Yeah, and the wind, I've never seen the trees blow that hard. And they said at Reagan Airport, the wind gusts were 46. That wasn't 46 mile an hour wind in front of my house. That was like 70 miles an hour. I don't ever want to be in a tornado. Knock on IKEA fake wood. I was like, I just bounced out of bed, and Patty took videos of it because it was amazingly scary.
Yeah, I assume like the storms that hit around here were a similar time frame because and there wasn't a tornado like in our city, but like just surrounding a tornado hit, and it's just like ever since those really bad Kentucky tornadoes happened, like feels extra scary these days, you know?
Yeah, I just grew up with earthquakes in California, and I can handle those. I don't dig this tornado action.
Mm.
I kind of want to get out of here.
Yeah, they're not fun.
No, I'm not into it at all. I don't know who is, but I'm just not into it. Well, we've done our review. Are there any questions or tangents, or anybody that wants me to hook them up with my daughter in some creepy way or something?
Some creepy way. I do want to ask the chat if anyone is going to Heroes Con next month, because I'm going to be going to Heroes Con.
How far away is that from you?
Like 8 something hours.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to stay at a hotel or something?
Yeah. Rita's going to have a table. So it's going to be fun.
Nice. Bar asks, who do you think are the top 5 most popular female characters in comics? Well, for DC,
Wonder Woman has to be up there, right?
Wonder Woman.
As in terms of like how many books these people have had, how many movies they've had.
Yeah. Wonder Woman's had several books.
Mm-hmm.
Harley Quinn's had a lot of books written about her.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to think on the Marvel side. Female characters. I guess Scarlet Witch now.
Yeah.
She's super popular, and I'm all for it. I think if things like the X-Men and the Avengers, I think that probably it's a group thing, so I don't know that I could single somebody out in there as popular. I know that people love Rogue and they love Magic and Emma. Of course, that's me speaking. They love Storm. I personally love Rogue and Emma and Magic, and the way I tell is by looking at how many action figures and statues and stuff that I have of them. But Scarlet Witch, I think, has to be the top character in Marvel now with that movie, with the Doctor Strange movie. Who else is there? I guess Jean Grey is pretty popular. I got a question for you. Have you seen the trailer for Ms. Marvel?
No, not yet.
I
usually don't do a trailer.
Yeah. I usually don't either for anything because I don't want anything spoiled. But they totally changed her power set. And they're not making her an Inhuman.
Okay, now I'm going to watch it.
The trailers, I think it's a good trailer because it doesn't give very much away, but it shows you what her power set is. Completely different. We're not getting Embiggen in this, and it's really disappointing.
That's weird.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will be disappointed if their Ms. Marvel is G. Willow Wilson's creation. Kamala is completely different. I mean, she's still an immigrant Muslim growing up where she grows up. I think they kept that part, of course, because that's super important. But how I don't know. It's like they completely changed her. You should watch the preview. I'm so disappointed. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it. And I was really excited to see it.
I feel like you'll still watch it.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Also, maybe what if they didn't just show it in the trailer? Like, what if it comes later? Or has it been confirmed?
It's confirmed. Yeah. She shoots bolts out of her hands or something.
What?
I know.
Okay,
there's no Embiggen at all. She doesn't get to do any of that fun stuff.
Bummer.
I know. Oh, wait. Okay. Here. Okay. Is Castle in the Stars over? No, it's just super delayed because of COVID. Hurricanes are fun. You know they are coming in advance. Okay. Louisville, Kentucky, and it's hot. It's hot here. It's like 95 out. Sucks.
Humid. It sucks. Yeah.
Oh. Here's a suggestion: live stream from Heroes Con.
Maybe we could.
That'd be good.
Which, by the way, if anybody hasn't subscribed to my channel, Reed and I did a show last night. So we have a new video. We were sitting in the same room as each other. And if I may just plug in the middle of
Please
this.
do.
And we reviewed The Legend of Ricky Thunder by Kyle Starks.
Your buddy.
Yes. And this was like Kyle's first book he really published. It is about a professional wrestler, and there's aliens and action, and you don't have to like wrestling to enjoy it. It's great. But we reviewed this with a professional wrestler that we go see locally, and he was awesome. His name's Stuntman Mikey. Check it out. It was a really fun time. We had a great conversation.
I totally want to see this.
Yeah, and Kyle got Reed and I into going to see wrestling. So it together with the book, and Mikey read it too, and we talked about the book, and we talked about his life. It was really fun. So I promise, if you don't care about wrestling, you still may be interested, because it is just an interesting conversation.
And what is the name of your channel?
It is the Comic Slayer.
Comic Slayer.
Hayden even joined the live stream, and Hayden enjoyed it. So it's such a fun live stream. So thank you for being there, Hayden. It was a good time. And we are dropping another video today.
What?
I'm probably gonna I say edit lightly. I'm gonna edit the front and the back and then post it because it's uploaded to my channel. It's just private. But Reed and I did a video of what we want to read in June. We sit next to each other in the same room. I'm gonna keep pounding. We did it. We did it on the floor in front of some of our records, and we talk about books we want to read. So
fun.
Good time. In the middle of it, my cat knocks down the camera. It's a great time. I'm keeping it in. I'm not editing it out. I'm not editing
No editing.
Throwing it up. So look at me making content, Jess.
What's that? Yeah, you're making more than I am. I had an empty week.
Well,
wait.
For our live stream. So you were
Hayden says the new promos have some embiggening stuff.
Oh.
Bar was saying, I was asking because Twitter was having a debate about who are the queens of comics, and the one who made the tweet put Jean at 3 after Wonder Woman and Storm. I can see why a lot of people disagree, but if you're trying to, it's not who's your favorite or your best, or who's the best or who's your favorite. You're saying who's the most popular. Well, Harley Quinn and Wonder Woman have had a few movies and quite a few books. She-Hulk has a show coming up. She's got a lot of books. I have not watched the trailer, but the trailer is supposed to be awesome for She-Hulk.
I need to watch that too.
Yeah,
they're specifically saying Queen of Comics now, right? So because we were taking movies into the round, we were taking TV shows, and it's if we narrowed down to comics, I think still Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn for sure.
Yeah,
would be up there. And then it really does put into perspective how much Marvel is failing at singular women superheroes owning the comics, right? Because you and I love tons of women-led comics that were canceled way before the so
Kelly Thompson
forever.
Anything by Kelly Thompson keeps getting canceled. That's
so Captain Marvel may be up there too, right? Because that run's still going on, right?
Yeah, it is. And I think it's getting an omnibus.
Finally.
Yeah, I think she's getting her first omnibus. Oh yeah, she is. I think it's been announced.
Yeah.
And I'm going to upgrade just because I want to support Kelly Thompson.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like it was a subjective debate, which I guess it kind of has to be. Invisible Woman. I don't know. Although I will say Mark Waid's Invisible Woman comic was awesome. It's just one trade, 4 comics. She's a spy. Black Widow's in it. It's great.
I'm gonna have to read that.
Oh, you'd like it a lot. Prisco, neither of us have seen it yet. I think I may make myself see it. I try not to, but this thing sounds like it was really good. Don't forget Elektra.
Well, there's part of the problem, right? We already
Change to
forgot
my
her.
trailer on set to have a quiet.
What the heck?
I was trying to clear my thunderstorm watch, and something else popped up.
Oh.
It's thunderstorming.
Oh dear. Well, I can't tell. Oh, this is a great stream. Listen while I worked. Thank you both. Good.
Thank you.
We did it on the floor in front of our records. Yeah, I've done that before. Okay. Send her a meme now. Make a meme for her. You always meme me. Now meme her. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of agree. I automatically tune out when it's a debate on Twitter. It doesn't matter. Just like whoever you like. Who cares who's more popular in anyway? And Daredevil's getting a new Disney Plus show. That's really good. I can't wait to see more Charlie Cox. I hope it's as brutal as the Netflix shows, because those were some of the greatest choreographed fights I've seen. For old school comics, pop culture, popular characters are more Vampirilla. Yeah. Red Sonja, Wonder Woman. Betty Page. Interesting. That's a more pop culture, although I do have some comic books of Betty Page where she's a spy. Dynamite puts those out. Kelly Thompson's too good for Marvel. She needs to jump over to DC. Don't watch the She-Hulk trailer. Wait for the next one. This one has awful CGI. It's not ready yet. Okay. No, I'm not watching it. Axe says, recently read the Flintstones Deluxe Edition, and it did not disappoint. I love whenever a series actually make people think and reassess how things actually are. Him is absolutely right. Laugh my ass off. I just spit my water when hearing, oh yeah, we did it on the floor of the records. I have no idea what the context is, but is that really needed? Absolutely.
Yeah, I should have said we just sat on the floor.
It's a must-see video. You need to release it.
I should just advertise it as, yeah, we did it from the floor. Yeah.
That's the name of it. Change the graphics on your thumbnail to we did it on the floor in front of our records. That's the name of a video. If you don't use that, I'm going to steal it. So you better use it.
That's some clickbait. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's the clickiest, baitiest stuff I've ever heard. That's awesome. I'm responsible for the fangirls crying meme when I mentioned Spice Girls. I can out meme that.
It's true. It's a good one.
Oh, it's a joke, Unstoppable, because I can't pronounce Joachim's name properly. So I'm actually going to, in the future, it's just going to be, I'm just going to like whisper it in because I can't speak Swedish properly enough to pronounce his name right. I don't know. I forget. I think the J is pronounced like LQ or something. And it's like, and I don't know. So I just go, Joachim. And maybe he does make me hot and bothered. We don't know. What's the next book? Books will both of you... Oh, okay, wait. What book will both of you be reviewing in the next chat? Or is it about updating to your to-read discard list? Oh, will we really read this?
Good question.
We don't... I don't know. We'll talk about it and see. Do we have any ideas on your list?
I'm
Do
sure
you have your list handy?
I have a notebook. Let me go through it.
Okay.
The problem is I use this notebook to, write down quick recommendations, and all these other things, so I have to go back.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Let's see. I'll let you know if I find one.
Sure. I'll just. Joachim's hair makes all of us hot and bothered, to be honest. He does have nice hair.
It's good hair.
Yeah. And he did it. Actually, I can recommend his video on his channel. He went to, I can't remember, Stockholm, had a Comic-Con, and he did a video that looked like it took 7,000 hours to edit. It is very impressive editing, and there's hardly any talking at all. It may not be any talking. It's just what was going on at Stockholm Con. Lots of Comic-Con. There's lots of cosplay, and it's really cool. So I think it's Joachim's Comic Center. Am I right, Joachim? Craig asks, just joining, was the Batwoman book you reviewed the Greg Wooka J.H. Williams one? Just recently picked that up. Yes, Craig, we loved it and we recommend it. We breezed through and loved Greg Rucka. And then the J.H. Williams part was a little wordy, but still we got through it and loved it. Well, I don't know if Kristen loved it. She said it was
Really liked it.
You what?
I really liked it, but there were points where I was like, this is a chore because
okay. Yeah.
By text. Yeah. But it's still
I don't want to do Deadly Class until it's finished, Unstoppable. I have 3 of the big books, and once it's finished, I think that would be a good thing for Kristen and I to review. I think Kristen would dig the heck out of that book. Have you read that?
I've read the first hardcover, but I haven't finished. And here's the thing. Now I have up to 3 as well.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting because I'm like, now I got to reread that first hardcover.
Exactly.
And then by the time the last one comes, because there's only like one more, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I got to just pause. I just got to keep getting them and pause because I've been getting the variants. Do you get the regulars or the variants?
I think I get the DCBS variants.
Yeah. So the first one's either pink or blue, but the variant is blue.
Yeah, it's over there. Yeah, I got blue, yellow, and
blue, yellow, green is what I got.
Okay, then I don't think I got the variant for the third one because it looks blue to me.
Where did I put that? It's near me. Okay, no, it's blue. Is it blue?
Oh, is it blue? What's the spine look like?
Oh,
okay, yeah, that's what I got.
Is it blue? Wait, hold on. Are they going back and forth between yellow and blue? Is that what's happening? Is this the same blue?
The third one, I mean
it's a little different.
A little different, yeah. But
weird,
kind of the same. Yeah. That's not All
right. Interesting. I just smacked myself with this book.
Perhaps both of you can review She-Hulk Omnis. I saw her Omnis on Kristen's shelves. What do you have, She-Hulk?
I do have I was gonna say, do you have both? Yeah, I do have both. I have not read them. We could read them.
I've read and am happy to reread Dan Slott's. I have not read Peter David's.
Oh yeah, I haven't even bought Peter David's.
Yeah,
probably because I haven't read these. So it's like, well,
right. I loved Slott's She-Hulk. And then there's always Red She-Hulk that's part of the Red Hulk run by Jeff Parker. That's a really good She-Hulk, Red She-Hulk. I can't believe we have a Red She-Hulk.
I did find our list. This was on our list.
Oh yeah, I've never read that.
Yeah, so we could do that. Maybe with something else.
How about, are you getting Primordial?
I'm not. I may not get it like soon, but it is on Hoopla, so I could read it.
Okay.
So we could do that if you want.
We could do that and Primordial.
I'm in.
Okay. That's what we're doing.
All right. Right.
Great.
Again.
Thank you for asking.
I'm checking to make sure I'm right about Hoopla, but I'm pretty sure I am. Isn't it who publishes it?
What book is it? Oh, Primordial?
Mhm.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Image, maybe?
It'd help if I spelled it right.
Prim or Dial. Top Gun 45 update. I'm able to get both Something's Killing the Children and Velvet. Thank you for the recommendation. Good.
Nice.
Oh, cut it out. Now, one more hard question. The first two library editions of Deadly Class or Something is Killing the Children and Velvet? Oh, you're killing me. I'm not answering. Go away. I read Strangers in Paradise like back in the 90s in floppies. I loved it back then. I actually haven't read it in a long time, but I did like it a lot back then in floppies.
It's not on Hoopla yet because it's not out yet. It is just out for like the direct market, I think,
Oh, okay.
because it comes out the 24th, which is soon. So,
Oh, I thought I just ordered it.
oh, I think that you received it.
No,
You
I don't own it yet.
Okay, well then soon you will have it. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
Soon it will be on Hoopla, so we'll be good.
Okay. And don't forget. Oh no, that's not my code. OmniDog is my code at Organic Price Books for $2 off. Also, you need to read ASTROCITY, $3 off of the ASTROCITY for the month of May using the code ASTROCITY. And I know it looks like Astrocity, but it's ASTROCITY at Organic Price Books and 5% off. This really helps. I saved a lot of money the last time I shipped 3 books from there. OmniDog, ship it together. I feel like a crazy man who says things like, I ask the hard questions in life, or I stare into the void and the void's soft mustache stares back at me. You are crazy. Cool. I will go ahead and read the next two, read the 2 Lemire books you mentioned too, and await the next chat. Okay, good. Damn, I could have had $2 off my $300 purchase of Strangers. Yeah. Yeah, Astrocity. I just noticed that. But everybody needs to read AstroCity MetroBook #1. It's awesomely awesome. I did a whole video on it. Look in my library. This was almost too. Why don't we give it 3 more minutes and we'll wind it up so you can go into the storm cellar.
Awesome. But non-existent cellar, that's right. We don't have a basement.
Yeah, and I'm gonna finish the day finishing up Night Sky.
That's exciting.
I know. It's the first thing I've binged watched, I think, since like the first season of Stranger Things.
Nice. Hey, that's
Yeah.
coming.
I haven't finished 3. I just something about it was bothering me, so I need to finish 3 so I can see 4.
It's worth it. You should finish it. Also, then you can just wrap it all up, you know?
Yeah. Is this the last season?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
season 4 is in like 2 parts, but like they're both coming kind of back to back.
He took it to Image. It's an Image book now. My collection of AstroCity has 7 different spines on it, from Homage Studios to Wildstorm to Vertigo to DC back to Image. I don't know. It's crazy. Unstoppable says it's great, Stranger Things. Something about the 3rd season just, I don't know, it didn't ring true to me like the first 2 did. So I'm just going to have to push through it.
Oh, Craig's correcting me. Apparently there will be season 5.
Oh.
My bad. Thank you, Craig.
Ending in season 5, I'm fairly certain, but yes, Stranger S4 is coming in 2 parts with a 2.5-hour finale.
My bad. Well, then, hey, that's exciting. I wanted to keep going. I still enjoy it.
So Squid Game Do we know anything about, is there going to be a sequel? I mean, sure looks like it.
I think that was confirmed. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know when, but
I don't think anything could shock me more than that red light, green light game.
yeah.
That really shocked me.
Yeah. Talk about like that whole first episode. Talk about an introduction, right? Like it's nuts.
Yeah.
But I won't spoil how it ended if someone hasn't actually seen it yet. But I think the setup for season 2 is very interesting. The idea of what's going to happen. I almost said things, but what's going to happen with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see that. That's going to be fun.
And I'm still not convinced that person we talked about is super dead.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Okay.
I don't think we saw a body, right? Like,
Be right.
so, I mean, we talked about it, and because I was like, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, there maybe could have been something that, yeah.
I think the first episode, the opening shot is his head popping up out of the water.
That would be good. That would be good. I mean, it would also be shocking to survive that kind of fall.
Yeah.
But
with a bullet in you. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Is he super dead? He may be super dead. I like that idea of a plot twist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, Craig. You really need to see it.
It's worth it.
It is worth it. Chris, that was a Chris recommendation to me, and it was really shockingly shocking and great. I'm just waiting for Netflix to renew All of Us Are Dead. Best original Netflix has put out. All of Us Are Dead. I don't know that.
Yeah, I keep meaning to watch that. It looks really good. But
what is the setup there?
You know what? I'm not even positive. I feel like there may be undead situations involved. Hayden will probably be able to summarize it better, but I've just seen like little, mentions and bits, and I'm like, okay, I'm already interested. Yeah.
Okay. There's some show maybe with Steve Martin and Martin Short that's supposed to be really.
Why can't I think of the name of that right now?
It's like they're in a hotel or something.
Yeah, it's on my list.
Okay.
Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super stoked about that because it's also like true crime murder podcast, which I love. So
right. My daughter loves that too. Yeah. Also, my wife likes those.
That's interesting for your wife, I think, right?
Yeah, it is.
Nice little twist. I like that.
It's a Korean zombie show. The primary focus is kids isolated and trapped in their high school with a bunch of zombie kids, but there's a bunch of secondary plots that all intertwine. It's really good. Like really good. Okay.
On my list.
Okay, wait, it's not on mine. What is it? Zombies killing. Wait, what's it called?
All of Us Are Dead is what
All of us are dead.
Talking about Only Murders in the Building.
I think I have Only Murders in the. Wait, I don't.
That's on Hulu.
Hulu. Okay, wait. Let me write down. All of Us Are Dead. If it's zombies in high school, that it should be called the Jess Bragg story. Because that's what I was. All of Us Are Dead. Netflix. And then Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, Craig says Only Murders in the Building season 2 is coming out at the end of June. So
oh my gosh, everybody's so updated and everything.
Unstoppable Bars mentioning Abbott Elementary. I saw the first few episodes of that back when I worked at the ABC station, and it was very fun, very good.
What is it about?
It's about an elementary school that should get more funding and doesn't. But it's like a new elementary school teacher. She goes into the school and the cast of characters just seemed really fun and entertaining. And it's a sitcom that was on
Okay.
BBC, but really good from what I saw.
It's too funny, says Unstoppable.
I need to get back into that.
All of Us Are Dead has some great plot twists, some gut-punching emotional moments, and genuinely scary zombie moments. It's a mockumentary. This is back to Abbott Elementary. It's a mockumentary about an elementary school. Craig is watching Abbott right now, and that's very funny. Also getting a season 2, laughing so hard he's crying emoticon. I read that one right. Oh.
Just like you say emoticon.
Emoticon. Where are you going? You're going to Emoticon. No, Heroes Con.
Yeah, Heroes Con.
Wait, there was something that was recommended in the very beginning and I didn't write it down. Oh, well, I wrote Catwoman Hunted, All of Us Are Dead, and Only Murders in the Building. Shoot, I felt like somebody recommended something in the beginning. And now I'm flaking.
Well, if that person's watching, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, if somebody recommended something in like the first 10 minutes, can you re-recommend it? Or else I can just go back. Fabrice, the Kingdom, 16th Century Korea in Zombies. It's awesome on Netflix. I like zombies, so I'll write that down. The Kingdom.
I'm also a zombie fan.
You are a big zombie fan. Okay. The Kingdom. That's Netflix.
I'm writing it down too.
Okay. I'm per the Unstoppables. Unstoppable, you're quite chatty today. I love it. Personally waiting for First Kill, coming out on Netflix June 10th. Well, I don't know. And do you have any other recommendations, everybody, while we got our list out?
I'm going to recommend something.
Okay.
I feel like the world is a fan of Mean Girls. Is that adequate to say? Like, would you also be a Mean Girls fan?
Of the movie?
The movie, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, if you're
I think it's a classic.
It's totally a classic. And I don't mean to compare a movie. Like, I'm not saying it's like on par with Mean Girls or the same movie or the same concept even. However, there's a movie I watched recently that I got Mean Girls vibes from it. I felt the spirit of Mean Girls throughout it. It was produced by Maya Rudolph and Natasha Lyonne.
Oh.
So, they're great. And Megan Mullally's in it, who's wonderful.
Oh.
There's also just another great cast, a lot of people that you may have seen from other things or like you may not even know. But Hulu original movie. It's called Crush. It is about teenagers. It's set in high school. But I haven't laughed out loud at a comedy so much as me watching Crush. And I've been looking forward to it. Stars Rowan Blanchard, who starred in Girl Meets World, which I loved. Okay. And that's why I wanted to see it. But she's great in it. And they're all, that cast is so good. And there are just these lines throughout it that are hilarious. And Megan Mullally plays her mom. And she's, overly supportive, like the mom in Mean Girls. And maybe that's the connection I made, right?
Oh.
And it felt so, real and true. And it's just a blast. It's a blast. So if you want something like that, if you're in the mood for it, again, these are teenagers, so if you don't care, then whatever. But Crush on Hulu, love it.
Is it a show or a movie?
Movie.
Okay.
It was a blast. Reed and I were laughing out loud, and I just feel like it's so rare with comedies to truly laugh out loud. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, that's exciting to me. Now I'm excited.
Maybe we'll have different humor. Maybe you won't. I don't know, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's not a crush. I mean, that is what it's about. There is a romantic interest point throughout it, but just the dialogue, it's so witty, it's so good.
I wonder if Patty would like it.
I don't know. I don't remember what it's rated. I mean, there's some language, so if she can deal with some
no, she doesn't like dark stuff. But she does love comedy.
It's not dark. I mean,
I-
so
I
it's
don't-
about this girl who has had a crush on a girl since they were in like elementary school, and her dealing with that. She's about to go to college, and it's their last year of high school, and it's about her and her group of friends, and like, it's high school stuff, but
Yeah.
it's very fun. It's very well done.
Is it as good as Superbad?
Oh, I'm not a fan of that kind of humor. No.
Oh dear.
It's just penis jokes. I don't care. I think it's all during super bad because I'm super tired. I can't with this.
Oh my god, I love
No, it's
Superbad.
not that kind of realm. Like,
Okay.
I will say the plot is absolutely predictable, 1000%. But I didn't care because I was rooting for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you don't mind having a predictable plot, but the dialogue was just, I loved it. So I recommend it. If that's something you're into, then.
Well, that sounds like something Patty and I should watch together. Unstoppable loves it too.
Thank you, Unstoppable Bob. Someone's seen it, yay.
Yeah, she was guessing ahead of time even.
Love that.
That's what you were talking about.
Love that.
Yeah,
I see it. Crushy Star Work. I love that you get it.
I would love to have a reason to use Hulu. I don't. That's like my least watched streaming. It came free with Spotify.
There you go.
So I would love to see it. Well, I just heard my wife's upstairs, so this is a good chance for us to probably. Jess should watch and read Heartstopper for a future cat dog show.
So good.
Well, okay.
Good.
What is that's the one with the gay cry? I'm having a full-on gay crisis or something.
Yeah.
What's it? Is it a comic?
It's a comic and now a show.
I'm sorry.
It is a comic and now it's a show. So
and
it's a graphic.
okay. Watch and read Heartstopper.
Yeah. Well, apparently the Stuffable Bar thinks Heartstopper is boring. I love Heartstopper. I love the book. I love the show. I love everything about it.
What? Who? Heartstopper. Okay. Who published Heartstopper?
I could grab my books maybe if I don't know that one is near me. I can't remember who publishes it.
Okay, but it's a comic, and I should be able to find it easily.
Yeah, I mean you can get it on Amazon, places like that. I don't think it's a publisher that's carried. I think it's a bigger. It may be Scholastic. I can't remember.
Okay.
Something. I want to say Big Five. One of the Big Five.
One of the Big Five. Okay. It's all on Webtoons too. Okay.
True. You can read it for free there.
Heartstopper for a future cat dog show. That's the only pop I'm keeping. My flocked cat dog.
If you ever want to get rid of it, you know who to call. Because I have cat dog, but I've missed out on flocked cat dog.
Oh, I love flocked cat dog. I don't know that I'll ever be able to part with it. That was such an ordeal and such a funny moment when I finally got it.
It's a good one.
Okay, where can we find you? You said it once, but let's hear it again. Plus, you have a cat Twitter account, and you're on Instagram. Let's hear all the places they can find you.
That's true. You can find me on Instagram at The Comic Slayer. You can find me on Twitter, The Comic Slayer, if you'd like. I don't really tweet that much. I did tweet the show out, though, so good for me, promoting. But you can also find my cats on Twitter if you'd like. Buffy, I'll promote Buffy. I don't promote her enough. At Two-Eyed Buffy on Twitter. And then Willow is, of course, at One-Eyed Willow. That's 2 E's, One-Eyed Willow. She just hit 17,000 followers, so...
Too many crickets.
Killing it on Twitter.
Cat Twitter.
I haven't tweeted her in a while, but or she hasn't tweeted in a while. But yeah, cat Twitter. You heard earlier about the stickers that Reed made for the cats. ReedChancellor.storenv.com. We're selling these to fund our vet bills because Willow has a lot of chronic issues that we take her to the vet for. And Reed and I did a show on the Comic Slayer channel just last night. New videos up with, like I said, pro wrestler Stuntman Mikey. We're talking about the Kyle Starks Classic here, The Legend of Ricky Thunder. If you haven't read any Kyle Starks, this is a good one to start with, but you can just talk about it. And it's a super fun conversation. So I'll say it again, you don't have to enjoy wrestling to like that conversation. I think it was very much like just interesting and just fun to hear him talk about his life doing that and things like that. So that was really fun. And like Hayden said, we did a video. We did it in front of our records. The video is coming out sometime today on my channel, and
Meme it soon.
I've already filmed it, so it's happening.
That bird book is Essex County behind her.
That's right.
Unstoppable. I'm fairly certain I can say that's your top number one favorite book.
That's right. That's right.
You-
It'd
you
be pretty
get-
bad if it
Got
wasn't.
the tat. Yep. Yeah. And you can find me on this channel. I have a very large library at this point on OmniDog's Vault. And I occasionally post on Instagram, OmniDogs_Vault. And so please go to Kristen's various places, help her out with those stickers. And is that how you write it? Is that how you write what?
We have to wait now. We got to know.
Now we got okay. Now I got to wait for Unstoppable to tell me what that comment meant. Was that how you write what?
Oh, and if anyone watching who hasn't subscribed to my channel, I am making more consistent content now, which is awesome. One day Jess will be on. We're going to play that. And I got to make sure I keep, my dad's getting some subs. So like, I got to make sure I stay ahead of him. You know what I mean?
Boy, he pumps out the content, man.
Consistent. So yeah, check him out too. Larry's library. You can check him out, but also check me out, please.
That's right. Doing it on the floor in front of the records.
That's right.
Oh, how you write the name of the bird book? It's Essex County.
Does this help? There you go.
Jeff Lemire.
That's it.
Thank you guys as always for tuning into us. We appreciate it. We appreciate all of you. We love all of you. Thank you so much. Peace and love. Peace and love. We'll be back again in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Still one more.